Hello out there. Welcome to the Heavy Montes podcast and my comedy show. Now in America, Donald Trump has directed Mike Johnson, the leader of the House, to shut the government down. He said, don't even talk to the Democrats because no matter what the Democrats ask for, no matter what we give them, they're going to vote against it. Okay? He's a liar. He's a big fat liar. He was on Fox News making faces and shitting his pants as he said it. He's a freaking liar. The Democratic Party has stated clearly, okay, this is what we want. And we will pass a continuing resolution to keep the government open. If you take and restore the Medicare and Medicaid cuts, the people are hurting, especially the red states. If you take and not destroy Obamacare subsidies, that's a tax that people get back to help pay for their medical bills. We will, give you what you want. You see what I'm saying? If you would take and help the poor American people out of this suffering and don't destroy Obamacare so that people can pay their health care and don't die, we will take and give you what you want. Huh? But Donald Trump lied and said the Democrats didn't even have anything. This is the problem when you listen to right-wing media. And he did it on state-run media, Fox News. Went on Fox News and told the people that shit. You see, when you're in a cult, the leader can make up any shit and tell you because you worship the leader. Now you're worshiping somebody who they say is a convict, a pedophile. You understand? They sold your Bibles, took all your freaking money, and didn't do a damn thing he told you to do. And you're beating up the people who are trying to protect you. I'm talking to you, maggots. Huh? You need to join the Democratic Party. See? Because you don't know what the Democratic Party is. And when you find out what the Democratic Party is, you're going to be mad. Huh? The only thing that's keeping a Republican, a person in the Republican Party is God. Religion, they say. Now, goddamn well Republicans are not religious. They are not Christians. So you can tell them to kiss your ass, you see what I'm saying, and get away from that cult. Okay? They're not Christians. Ain't no goddamn way Donald Trump, who represents them and is the so-called leader of the maggot church, right now. In the old days, they build a golden calf, an idol before God. And today, they have an actual golden man, a golden idol, masquerading as a president, masquerading as a human being, masquerading as somebody who gives a damn about the American people when all you see and smell around him is money. The root of all evil sits in the chair, in the greatest nation of the world, sits behind the resolute desk, And if you say, if you're proud of that, Christians, you so-called Christians, you're crazy, And you want us to follow you when you follow Donald Trump? And Donald Trump is saying, shut the government down. You see what I'm saying? Because he's trying to destroy the country. You see, he wants to take over and make martial law and destroy us, but he fails at every attempt. I've been trying to tell this story, and I keep mixing up the generals, Robert E. Lee and Ulysses S. Grant. And I would take and apologize to Ulysses S. Grant and his family. Okay? Robert E. Lee went to West Point. He was a traitor, one of our greatest leaders. And he said that the reason why he's a liar just like Donald Trump, the reason why he went against the North and our wonderful country for states' rights. The rights to own slaves, rape women, rape children, and treat black people like shit, and murder, and torture human beings. America. They went to war. And after the war, Lincoln made a deal with them. Because Lincoln was a man of honor, a Republican, a real Republican. You don't know it that most black people in America were Republicans at one time before they kicked us out of the party, huh? And started Jim Crow, huh? And all that bullshit. You understand? Huh? And we lived at it under through the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party was heading up the KKK and doing all this shit. And the Republican Party was our protector, and they've abandoned us as a people. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Their leader, one of the greatest presidents in the world, huh? You know, they say he had a part in freeing black people. The Republican Party. They have a legacy of greatness, huh? But they don't honor that. They have changed their history and become the Democratic Party of yesterday. The Democratic Party of George Wallace, huh, is the Republican Party today. And then you go back and you read, you maggots, okay, you will see that everything that the Republican Party is aspiring today was inspired by George Wallace. Huh? Strong Thurman, a freaking Dixiecrat. All of that stuff. Who was living with a black woman and have black children. Huh? Playing the role of the slave master. You see what I'm trying to tell you back then? So I mixed it up. And I want to tell this story to the American people. Huh? During the Civil War battle, Ulysses Grant, that asshole Robert E. Lee said, I'm ending the war no matter what on this day. And it was rain, and he said, we're going to get him. But he was missing his eyes. Jeb Stuart, head of the cavalry. Any fool know, any good general know, if you don't have any eyes, you don't know what the hell you're going to walk into. See what I'm saying? Well, Heavy Montana walked across Pickett's Field. Huh? That's a piece of farmland. You understand? And it's flat. And at Gettysburg, that's the way and the route that the South chose to kill the North. But on that day, God intervened, in my opinion. It started to rain. Huh? Everything went wrong for the Confederate Army on that day. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Everything went wrong. They didn't have any eyes. Jeb Stuart, one of the greatest generals in the world, got lost. You understand? And Grant made that charge, and the Southern Army, Lee made that charge, and the Southern Army was destroyed. And they lost the war on that day. You see it, America? Because God got tired of this stuff. Huh? And then today, I don't speak for God, but I think that God is tired of the Republican Party. Donald Trump was placed on earth by God, in my opinion, to show us what evil is, to expose the people who are evil. Huh? It is an evil thing, America, to do what you're doing to the black people, Republicans. It's an evil thing what you're doing to Hispanics. It's an evil thing that you're doing to God people, gay, square, or whatever, because we're all supposed to be God's children. Huh? And we're all supposed to love one another. But the Republican Party don't love you, ladies and gentlemen. And just like Heavy Monty said on an earlier podcast, if it's love that you're looking for, you're not going to find it in the Republican Party. Do you see a group of people that made up an imaginary government? Said this government, the federal government, which you can't find but at tax time, is doing things to them. You understand? You know, they were slaves, white slaves, right? Had to work in the field back then, huh? Yeah, they didn't do that. No, they didn't. You understand? They have the same opportunity, more privilege than me, huh? You see what I'm saying? We can't even go to the freaking schools. You see what I'm trying to tell you? And now you're saying today that black people who went through living hell in this country, and Hispanic people and the American Indians who went through hell in this country, you're somehow saying that we got it made. You're a bunch of lying scumbag dogs. That's why you're going to hell. Huh? Because we are God people. You know what I'm saying? Made in the image of God. Huh? And every time you strike a gay person, a transgender person, or anybody, you're striking God with hatred and evil. You see? That's why I say, America, huh? Oh, happy day. The day is coming, huh? And Donald Trump and the devil cannot do anything because they take on God, just like the South did, huh? They created an evil thing, raping women and children, huh? And slaughtering people in the hundreds of thousands and bringing them over here on ships, huh? And putting them in Jim Crow and don't respect the people, the black people today. And they say heavy, and many of us black people. Why are you always talking about black people in the past? It's a damn lie. It's right here. Racism is here today, and I'm a black man. And I ain't gonna try to be a damn thing else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about the shit that affects me. And racism affects me. Huh? So I'll tell you, America, we need to vote out the Republican Party. And this podcast, right now, is letting you know when the lying son of a bitch come on TV and tell you that the Democratic Party is responsible for the shutdown. And this is why it's important, because the corporate news ain't gonna tell you this shit. This is why you need to subscribe to the Hippie Monte YouTube channel. They'll come around and tell you, oh, this guy there, both of them need to negotiate. No, Donald Trump with his dumb ass told Mayor Mike Johnson that you will not speak to, you will not negotiate with, you will not do anything. I told you to shut the government down. Okay? And you do that shit. Mike Johnson was on TV, looked like a little boy. The man asked him, he said, are you going to shut the government down? He went, you know why? Because the Republican Party in the House and the Senate, they don't strike. You know what I'm saying? They don't strike. They're paid and bought for. Paid and bought for. They're worried about their jobs now. You see what I'm saying? These congressmen got mortgages too in the South. In the Congress. All those Republicans are not rich, in the House and Senate. Some of them are poor. You know what I'm saying? They need their jobs. So they're doing all kind of shit trying to save their jobs. And also screwing the American people. So we're going to make them unemployed. Heavy Monte say, let's do it. Make them unemployed and let's not mess with them again. This is Heavy Monte for the Heavy Monte podcast and the Heavy Monte comedy show. Remember, the Republicans have decided to shut the government down already. Okay? Donald Trump has ordered them to do so. Okay. Now, let me get my stuff. We want to see the Jeffrey Epstein files. The Jeffrey Epstein files. We want to know if Trump's a pedophile. We want to see the Jeffrey Epstein files, America. And please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel.